Now we are going to move to next topic, the character string. There are two primary ways to represent a string. The first one is string object and second one is C-string. C-string is the character string which is defined as a character array. In contrast, the string is defined as a string object. Obviously, the string is more easier, convenient, and powerful than the C-string to manage the usual character values. The C-string has a kind of troublesome features that is the null character. The C-string values are stored in consecutive memory locations because it is declared as a character array and then followed by a null character. This is the way to store all string literals in C++. Sometimes the management of null character gives us additional code to control the usual character string. This makes you feel more difficult than string objects. You might be wondering why we still use the C-string instead of string objects. This slide gives us the answer for that question. First, the string class has not always existed in the C++. Several years ago, the C++ stored the string as a C-string. You may have a chance to meet older version of C++ code that uses C-strings. And second, the sum of the C++ library functions that work only with the C-strings for the parameter values. Let's remind the public member function getLine of CIN object for example. In this example, the first parameter of getLine member function must be the C-string. This is one of the library function examples that uses the C-string type for the parameter values. And the last reason, we need to learn about the traditional and conventional C code features. The C++ programmer also have to have the ability to make and read the C code. Let's take a look at some coding example to check the concept of null characters in C-string. The name one is declared character array and initialize the value Mary. When we check the size of this character array, the size will be 5 because the character string Mary and then the one additional space for null character. When we check the length of this string by using this library function strlen, the result will be 4. The library function string length will return actual length of string. And then name2 is declared character array with 10 elements and it has no initial value. And then we will take the usual value for this character array. We assume that we will give the same value Mary. At this time, if we check the size and string length of this character array, the size will be 10 and string length will be 4. Even though the user values occupies the 5 elements in this array, the size of this array is 10 because this array was declared with 10 elements. The member function gcount will return 5. The gcount returns the number of characters which are typed in by the user. In this example, the user typed 4 normal character values and 1 enter key. Thus, it will return 5. The last code segment is for the string object. The name3 was declared the string object, and we will also take the user input for this string object, and we assume that we will give the same input Mary. At this time, if we check the size and length of this string object, the size is gonna be 24 and length is the same length 4. This is the object for the class string and the space for the built-in string object will be determined by the compiler. Thus the size is 24, it was given the compiler. Now I will introduce a couple of library functions to apply the C-string types. These functions requires the C-string type as a parameter. As the string class type is not appropriate to use these functions, C-string library functions are categorized into 4 groups. First group is for copying, and second group is concatenation, and third group is comparison, and the last group is for searching. First function is string copy. It requires two C-string types. First one will be used to destination, and second one is used to source. In this example, the character array source has the string value program. This value will be copied to the character array destination. After that, when we print character array dest, the same string value program will be printed. The next string is string and copy. It is very similar to the previous one. It copies first n characters from the source character array, but this code may cause an error because the destination array doesn't have the null character. Hence, we need to add the null character to the destination character array after the copy. Since we copied 3 characters, the last index is 3, so we add a null character at index 3. Now the character array dest will work fine as a regular character string. Next function is string concatenation. It appends a copy of a source string to the destination string. It appends a whole string including null characters. We don't need to add the null character to the destination. And also we have a similar function, the string and cat. It appends first n characters of source to destination plus null character. Next function is string compare in the comparison group. It compares two C strings and it will return 0 if two strings are same. If the string 1 is less than string 2 in alphabetical order, it will return the negative value. Otherwise, it will return positive values. Here is a very similar function to string compare. This is string and compare. It is the same as the previous one except that it compares up to first n characters. Next function is string in searching group. It returns a pointer to the first occurrence of string 2 in string 1. In this example, the key string is programming. The string function will return the pointer that points to the programming position in target string. At this moment, if we print the returned pointer variable, the result will be programming language. And the next function is string pbrk. It returns a pointer to the first occurrence in string 1 of any character that are part of target string. In this example, the first matched to any characters in string 1 is alphabet O, hence this value will be returned to the character pointer variable pch. If we call again this function after that position, the next matched character is A. If we call again in this while loop, we can find all vowel characters in target string. In this topic, we've talked about the member functions to copy the string and concatenate and compare and search the string. Now we will make some examples: string compare, string concatenation, and find the string. In this example, we will use the file name.txt to compare two strings between the name read from file and the given user string. The first example is string compare. We have two C-string arrays which are used for the string compare as the parameters. At line 17, the user gives the certain user string value, and we open the file and read the line one by one, and the read value stored into the read name. And then we will compare the read name and user input. During the iteration, all the names in the file compared with the user input. If we find the same name in the file, we print out some message. In the second example, we are using the string and compare function. Using this function, we can find the name that starts with the certain string. There is only one difference to the previous example at line 24. For example, if we compare the Cassie and K, compare just the first one character between two character strings, it means that it is the same as that Cassie is starting with K. And in this program, we will find the name that starts with the certain string. The third example is to make all names in the file into one C string with the delimiter space. In this example, we are using the library function, the string concatenation. First, we read one name from a file and then save it the variable read name. And then we are going to concatenate the space at the end of read name. After that, the space attached to read name is appended to the previous concatenate string. After this while loop structure, all names are appended the variable concatenate with the delimiter space. The last example is to use the function string. In this program, we find the name that includes the certain user string. For example, in order to check that the string cat includes the cat, we can call the function string like that. The program code is almost the same as the previous examples, except the function call. We call the function string with two arguments, the read name and user input. This function will return the pointer that points to the position in read name and matched with user input. In this function, we check whether the read name includes the user input, and then it will return the character pointer. It points to character in read name that matched with user input. If it doesn't include the given string, it will return null pointer. And now we are going to move the next topic, 10.5, C-string and numeric conversion. Here are three functions that convert C-string to numeric value. It has a little bit different name according to the result type. The result can be integer, the long integer, and double values. In reverse way, the numeric value can be converted to the string object. We can use any type of a numeric type, such as integer, long integer, double type, and the converted string is the string class object. In summary, the C-string can be converted to the numeric type by the function atoi, atol, atof, and then the numeric type also can be converted to string object by the function toString. Let's take a look at code example. We have a C-string array with the ASCII value 1, 2, 3. This value converted to the numeric integer values by the function atoi. This numeric value converted to the string class object by the function toString.